Mr Norcott, who brands himself as a conservative comedian, mocked Mr McDonnell during his appearance on the MASH report. The comedian pointed out problems with the Labour Party before he ripped into Mr McDonnell. He said, "I actually think the biggest problem, in terms of personality, people focus on Corbyn, but I think it is John McDonnell. Let's have a look at the man, looking scary as ever." BBC Get Geoff Norcott mocked John McDonnell, blaming him for Labour's problems. "He's the shadow chancellor and some would say a raging communist. He is the shadow chancellor and he doesn't even like money. That's like putting a vegan in charge of the barbecue." Host Nish Kumar asks why company CEOs were so interested in meeting Mr McDonnell, which led to another hilarious dig from the comedian. Mr Norcott said, "Basically CEOs want to know exactly how long they have got before they have got to flee the country. Let's have a look at the man, looking scary as ever." Geoff Norcott: "Come on, Nish, if Piers Morgan became Director General of the BBC you would have a little lunch to find out where his head is at. Build some bridges." Mr McDonnell was put on the spot over the weekend on ITV's Peston when he was quizzed about Labour's support in the polls. Last week, data from YouGov gave the Conservative Party a 43% share of support compared with 39% for Labour. The Tories' backing was up 1 point compared with the previous YouGov voting intention survey at the end of last month, while Labour's was down 3 points. Labour's shadow chancellor attempted to explain why Labour were not doing better in the polls. He said, "Well, one or two things. 1. 12 months ago we were 24 points behind. We had the big surge in the general election campaign, and then, after that, we have been around 40 points in the polls. All of this is within a 3-point margin of error, so that's that." When he was pressed by the host, Mr McDonnell added, "Again, it is not that much of a lead after the election. It was about 3 or 4 points within the margin of error."